The untold truth of who founded the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church stands as one of the oldest and most influential institutions in human history. With over 1 billion followers today, its teachings, traditions, and spiritual authority have shaped civilizations, crowned kings, and sparked revolutions. But who truly founded the Catholic Church? Was it Jesus Christ, as many believe? Or does the story go deeper, into politics, power, and centuries of theological evolution? Let's uncover the untold truth behind the origins of the Catholic Church. The common belief: Jesus Christ as the founder. According to traditional Catholic doctrine, the Church was founded by Jesus Christ. The Gospels recount that Jesus, during his time on earth, selected 12 apostles and gave them spiritual authority to carry forward his mission. One of the most pivotal verses comes from Matthew 16:18, where Jesus tells Peter, "And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it." Catholics interpret this as Jesus explicitly establishing the Church, with Peter as its first earthly leader, the first pope. But is it that simple? The early Church, a movement, not an institution. Historians agree that the early followers of Jesus did not immediately form a structured organization. Rather, they were part of a Jewish sect within the broader religious mosaic of first-century Judea. These early Christians gathered in homes, shared resources communally, and awaited Christ's return. There were no cathedrals, no papal tiaras, and no Vatican hierarchy. The movement was fluid, underground, and often persecuted. It wasn't until decades after Jesus' crucifixion that communities began to organize more formally. The term Catholic, meaning universal, wouldn't even appear until around 110 AD, when Ignatius of Antioch used it to describe the global body of believers. The role of Peter, Paul, and the apostles. While Peter is often called the first pope, his exact role is subject to debate. Peter was certainly a key leader in the Jerusalem church, but Paul of Tarsus, who wrote a significant portion of the New Testament, played a crucial role in spreading Christianity across the Roman Empire. Paul's letters indicate tensions and disagreements with other apostles, including Peter, on issues like circumcision and the inclusion of Gentiles. Was Peter really the sole earthly founder? Or was the church a collaborative effort, shaped by many hands and minds, each contributing to what would become a unified institution? From persecuted sect to Roman power, Constantine's game-changer. The real transformation of the Catholic Church, from a spiritual movement into a global political powerhouse, began in the 4th century AD with Emperor Constantine. In 313 AD, Constantine issued the Edict of Milan, legalizing Christianity within the Roman Empire. By the end of the century, under Emperor Theodosius III, Christianity became the state religion of Rome. Constantine convened the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD to unify Christian doctrine and settle theological disputes. This was the birthplace of creeds, such as the Nicene Creed still recited in Catholic Mass today. This council was not presided over by a pope but by a Roman emperor, blurring the lines between faith and imperial politics. Thus, the church that emerged was not solely spiritual. It was institutional, hierarchical, and deeply intertwined with Roman governance and legacy. Was there a single founder or a founding process? The truth is, the Catholic Church was not founded in a single moment nor solely by one man. It was spiritualized by Jesus, evangelized by Peter, Paul, and the apostles, institutionalized by the early church fathers, formalized by Roman emperors and councils. The Church's doctrines evolved through debate, heresy trials, philosophical integration, especially with thinkers like Augustine, and centuries of ecumenical councils that refined its theology. The Vatican and the Bishop of Rome. By the 2nd and 3rd centuries, the Bishop of Rome began asserting primacy over other Christian communities. Rome, as the capital of the empire, gave its bishop both symbolic and practical authority. The list of popes, beginning with Peter, was retroactively constructed to establish an apostolic succession, a direct line from Christ to the current pope. This gave the Catholic Church its unique claim of unbroken continuity and legitimacy. The split. Catholicism and the birth of Orthodoxy and Protestantism. By the 11th century, tensions between the Church in Rome and the Eastern churches exploded into the Great Schism, 1054, creating the Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox branches. Centuries later, in the 16th century, Martin Luther ignited the Protestant Reformation, challenging the very authority of the Pope and the Catholic Church's practices. This fractured Christianity further into hundreds of denominations. Yet, despite these divisions, the Catholic Church remained the oldest and largest Christian institution, with roots that trace back, however complexly, to the earliest days of the faith. So who really founded the Catholic Church? Spiritually, Jesus Christ laid its foundation. Practically, the apostles and early disciples organized it. Institutionally, it was shaped by theologians, Roman emperors, and councils. Politically, it was elevated by Constantine and later popes into a dominant world force. The Catholic Church's origin is not just a tale of divine mission, but of human complexity, power struggles, and historical evolution. Its survival for over 2 millennia is a testament not only to faith, but to adaptation, reinvention, and enduring influence. The Catholic Church was not built in a day. It emerged from the dusty roads of Galilee, grew under persecution, was refined by philosophy and politics, and became one of the greatest institutions the world has ever known. The question is not just who founded the Church, but rather, how did such a church come to shape the world as we know it? And that perhaps is the real mystery worth exploring.